What's good, y'all? JD here with Imperfect Millionaire. So welcome back. This is video 5 of a series. If you're not familiar with the series, then you're going to want to go and check out the series, okay? And also, if you're seeing this on a channel that does not say Imperfect Millionaires, that is because this series is being made for all of the affiliates inside of Endless Income Academy as well, so they can post it on their channels. If there's a slight alteration made to it, that's what it's supposed to be, okay? So if you guys are looking for a way to make money online, you don't want to create content, you don't want to have to write the emails, you don't want to have to do everything, then I highly recommend that you roll back and start with video 1 here. This is just kind of an intro. Start with video 1 here and move on, or however it looks on the channel that you're on. If you're familiar with Endless Income Academy and you want to get started, then all you got to do is drop down below the video you're watching right now. Click where it says show more. It'll open. There will be a link there, okay? And you can click that link. But this is video 5 of a series that we're going through to show you how to go from $0 and zero knowledge to your first $100,000 in affiliate marketing. Okay, starting with affiliate marketing, moving on to digital marketing later because it's more costly. I'm not going to go into all of that in great detail because I did that in the previous videos. What I do want you to know is this video will be helpful for you whether or not you have seen the previous video, so you can go ahead and watch it. But you should probably go back and start from the beginning because it is a series and one video builds upon another. But in this video, we're going to take a little bit of a different turn here, and we're going to talk about effective marketing. I'm getting a lot of questions as to why is it set up the way it's set up, okay? So if you're looking to not be a flash in the pan, if you're not wanting to chase shiny objects and you actually want to build multiple income streams that will be around and they don't just go away, I'm going to show you how to do that. And if you're looking to be a flash in the pan and you don't want reliable income, then I guess, I don't know, maybe do the opposite of what I'm about to tell you. But I made up a little pie chart for you guys, and I'm really excited about it. I don't get excited about charts, but this thing only has 4 things on it. And there are 4 things that you really need to understand in order to be successful, I promise you. This video is a game changer, so hang out, watch it, understand it, and if you do what I'm about to show you, there is not a question that you will be successful, okay? This is what separates the people that are always starting something new or always having to start something new, right? Because they can't maintain what they've already started. So I'm going to show you how to go about finding and attracting the right audience in a very, very simple way. Even simpler with EIA. I know, shameless plug right there, right? But even simpler with Endless Income Academy, and here's why. Because we create the content for you so that you don't have to unless you want to, all right? Now, that said, I'm going to pause this video for just a moment, and I will be back to you with this exciting pie chart. I know, right? Sounds boring. It's not. Trust me. It's a game changer. It's going to change your life. If you have been through marketing and it doesn't quite make sense to you, I'm going to show you why, and I'm going to show you exactly what you do need to do in order to be successful. And guys, it's not hard. It does require effort, but it's not hard, and it pays off in spades. I mean, you can make millions if you just understand what I'm about to show you, okay? All right. Enough selling it. Let's move on. I'll see you in just a second. Okay, guys, as promised, right back with you. All right, so here's what we got, right? This exciting pie chart that I'm so excited about. The reason I'm so excited about it is this really does separate the haves from the have-nots when it comes to marketing, okay? You can tell by looking at it, it's really simple. It's a little crude. I made it myself, but I made it myself because everything else I can find is extremely complex and complicated, and it's got stuff on it that you don't really need to understand, you know, at least not right now. What you do need to understand, though, is what this means. So that's the first thing I got here, understanding, okay? So understanding, the key to effective marketing. Let's jump into it. And there's really, like I said, 4 pieces, right? 3%, 17%, 20%, and 60%. Okay, so what do I mean by all of this? Really, 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 really simply. There's a giant market out there of affiliates and digital marketers and all the rest, right, that are marketing to people. The majority of people that they're marketing to are 3%. That's literally 3% right here, this red hot section that is ready to buy right now. And that's who they're marketing to. Okay, so a couple things on that. These people, their inboxes are flooded with offers. They're flooded with options. They're probably a little confused because there's so many different people making so many different promises, most of them being empty, and they're not going to deliver on them anyway, but they're using confirmation bias that all of us humans have in order to try to sell them something, to just ram something down their throat, right? That's the 3%. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't market to them. That's fine. But you don't actually have to market to them because the way algorithms work, they're going to be found, believe me. If the hashtags you're using and all the things you're using that we show you how to do, those people are going to see it. You're going to get in front of those people. So, and they're looking, right? Okay, now the next percentage of people is the 17%. These people are not quite ready to buy. They're gathering information. All right. So understanding, what I mean by that is understanding the importance of having a marketing campaign that's consistent. Understanding the importance of providing value, not just buy, okay? This is why we talk to you guys so much about building a presence, okay? So the same example I gave in, I believe, the last video, the reason I can send out, let's just say 100,000 emails versus somebody that doesn't have any presence on socials, and I will sell more, is because when they go to vet me, when they go to find out if I'm a real person, they find me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, right? They can find me and see what I'm doing versus somebody that has zero presence and they're just trying to market only email and they're sending it out. That's just an example. But understanding why it's important to have that presence and build that brand. Now, that could be a faceless brand. That could be a brand with your face. That could be a brand and a personal brand, right? There's options there. But understanding some type of presence with your brand or otherwise is important so that people can find you and vet you and feel like they're dealing with either a reputable brand, a reputable person and brand. It goes a long way, okay? So let's get back to the idea here. I got a little sidetracked there, but it was just a side note that I wanted to share with you guys because it does play right into this stuff. So the 17%. All right, the 20%. These people are aware, but they're not seeking, okay? They know whatever your product or service is. They know that they got a financial problem. They know that AI might be coming for their job. They know that they're overweight and they need to do something about it. Whatever it is, they're aware of it, but they're not currently looking. Those are definitely people to market to as well. And you see where I'm going with this. This is where the majority of your competition is marketing right there. That 3% slice. You get me now? Are you starting to get me? So this 20%, these people are aware, but they're not seeking. It doesn't mean they're not going to do anything. It doesn't mean with the proper motivation and input that they wouldn't take action. It just means they're currently not. The 17% are currently working on a solution, right? They're gathering. Those are definitely people to market to. Okay, and we'll go into a little bit more about how to go about this. Now, over here, this ice cold blue section where it says no clue. Okay, that's because they don't have a clue. They're not even aware that there's a problem, right? Well, that doesn't mean that you can't make them aware that there's a problem and call it to their attention that there's a problem. Okay? But again, guys, the majority of marketing happens right here. If I can keep that highlighted in this little tiny section, that's where it happens. Okay? That being said, there is a massive 97% out here that's not being heavily marketed to that should be. Are you starting to see what I'm saying? This separates the haves from the have-nots. This separates the short-term vision people of sale right now, to building a relationship and rapport with their customers. Now, let's go into a little bit of why this might work. So let's just say that you provide valid information, be that a newsletter or some helpful tips and tricks or a YouTube channel, for example, shameless plug where you're showing people how to do things for free, right? That's why it works so well, right? And you're actually giving valid information. Now, I'll point out something there. Does everybody do business with me that comes across my YouTube channel? No. Will people watch this video and implement this on other things and not anything that I'm doing? Absolutely. Good. Good. That's the whole point, right? Is to put out valid information. This is exceedingly valid. I don't care whether it's Endless Income Academy, ABC, XYZ, HBA. It doesn't matter. Brick and mortar, internet-based, it doesn't matter. All of this applies. This is always the focus right here. And it's a very narrow 3% focus, leaving the other 97% wide open, right? So now, here's what I want you to take into account. Let's just say for, in the agency, one of the things we do, in the agency where we work with all kinds of people, anything from big business to realtors to, big insurance companies, we will provide information. We will make up some type of valuable, document, booklet, something like that. Let's just take a real estate example. Somebody that is gathering information here. Let's just say that they saw an ad versus an ad that screams, buy, 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 buy. Let's say they saw an ad that said, get this free booklet, ebook, whatever it might be, right? And read the top 10 things that cost new home buyers the most money and make sure you don't fall prey to these 10 things. Okay, now, so you get this information from these people and you're following up with these people and you're sending out a series of helpful emails. This is where I get the question all the time. Why can't we just go to people and just sell things? You can. Here. Right here. These people, they're gathering information. Now, let's say everybody's screaming at these people as if they're these people, right? Because they are, right? Everybody's trying to turn this whole audience into this audience and treat them the same, but they're not the same. What if you treat them like a human? What if you treat them like you actually give a damn and teach them things that they need to know that will actually save them money, that will help their family? In the example of buying a home, right? That's a pretty big deal. Or going into an internet business, whatever it is. Treat them with respect and treat them like you would like to be treated, not like this. You see where I'm going? So now, when they are ready to buy and everybody's screaming at them like this, and you're not, who do you think they're going to want to buy from? You got it right. You. Not the people screaming at them to buy. Because this implies money, money, money. Give me your money. Give me your money now. I need your money now. You don't need their money now. What you need to do is take a long view of business, and you'll have more business than you can stand if you treat people like you would like to be treated, okay? That's the old golden rule thing. Now, the 20%, aware but not seeking. Okay, so with this kind of thing, and I'm not going to go too deep into this because this is going down another road, even though it directly correlates. That's the hard part with this stuff, is it all correlates. But as you're creating content, as you're creating ad copy, think about who you're talking to, right? As I said, you don't really need to address these people too much because they're going to see all this stuff, especially this one and this one. But what I would suggest is this. Think about this. Info gathering stage. Okay, so a piece of content might have a hook like, are you in the process of trying to figure out what to do? Why is that important? Well, because when you're considering content, here's the best way to create content. Get into the head of the person already having the conversation, right? So they're thinking, man, there's so many options out here now. Where do I go? What do I do? Now, you might present a solution to what I just presented you with. Where do I go? What do I do? Boom. You've created a piece of content or a piece of ad copy directly addressing that. The 20%, aware but not seeking. Okay. So what would that sound like? Maybe something along the lines, hey, are you aware that there's a problem? You know that you need to make more money. You know that you need to do something about, your overall health. You know that you need to get life insurance. You know that you'd like to buy a home. Whatever it is, you address it head on, but you're just not sure where to go and it just feels overwhelming. Well, we've simplified the process by XYZ. You understand where I'm going? Now you pull those people in. Okay, now the no clue people. Those are definitely people, because it's 60% of the market. This is something that you want to create content that's compelling and not unsimilar to these, but maybe a little bit less aggressive, right? Something like the no clue people. You might give like statistics. You might say, hey, it's really common thought out there that it's just not even worth considering, back to the home idea, buying a home. But with financing options these days, right? Or make money online, right? Let's just say that you're an affiliate and they have no clue, but what you're trying to do is just soft shoe in there and get them thinking about it, get the conversation going in their head, and the algorithm hooks them to watch your content once they watched one thing, okay? And the more they watch, the more your content is recommended. So whether that's content that we're giving you, or that's content that you're creating, or a combination thereof, it really doesn't matter. And again, guys, it doesn't matter if this is brick and mortar. This applies to marketing in general. The biggest mistake I see in the agency that people are making when they come to us and they've got this giant ad budget and it's not producing what they think it should be, it's because they're focused on this red slice of 3. That's why. Because they're not taking into account the long play. And some of these guys, I can't mention any names because it's all confidential, but some of these guys have been in business a long time, and you would know the names of the companies if I mentioned them. It's just insane that that's the focus. Just go, 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 go. Now, not all, of course, but there are a lot of people, because I'll tell you one thing about salesmen. They tend to be oriented towards a sale right now. So what am I suggesting? That you don't do that? Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting, is that you don't do that. That you allow the content that you put out here to influence this. You can focus on that. That's fine. Click my link stuff is fine. But you also want helpful information in there, because here's the thing. If you're truly helpful, here's what I can tell you. People will resonate with that. If you put out content that helps them, not just helps them to make you wealthier, but actually helps them in a way where it improves their life, I'm telling you guys, they're going to gravitate towards you. Even if they're over here and they weren't thinking about it at all and had zero clue, perhaps you're an affiliate. Perhaps you're an affiliate with Endless Income Academy, right? You put out the content that we put out. You just post it to your socials. Guys, you take this video right here, you add it to your YouTube channel, and you teach people things, okay? Will all of those people be a sale? No, you don't need them to. Or maybe they won't be today, but they will be next month when something happens at work and they're sick and tired of putting up with what they're sick and tired of putting up with. Sometimes that's what it takes, okay? So now, that's the understanding. I hope I've been clear and why it's important. I get the question all the time, so I decided to create a video around this topic is, why do you do the things you do? That's why I do it. But that's also why I have an endless amount of business, if that makes sense, okay? Now, let's talk about the plan. So the obvious plan would be to create a plan that permits you to market to all of these 4 pieces of the market, the 3%, the 17%, the 20%, the 60%. Again, you don't really need to focus here. They're going to see it. But that being said, these 3 are particularly important. Even like the 60%, because you say, well, you say it's 60%, they don't have a clue. Right. It's your job to educate them. If you want to run a business, whatever that business is, right? It's your job to educate them. I know a chiropractor that I can't mention any names again, obviously, but in the agency that we run, and we put out content for him and information for him, explaining to people why it's important to take care of your spine, right? You'd think, well, boy, they really must not have a clue if you got to tell them that. A lot of people don't know, right? And then they end up all hunched over and with spinal problems. And so he's put together a package to maintain, so a monthly subscription, if you will, to a chiropractor. Can you see, guys, how it's not that different, whether it's brick and mortar or whether it's online? The concepts are very much the same, right? Sometimes the marketing is a little different because he's actually dealing with people physically and, he's got a brick and mortar business and all the stuff. But that being said, it makes a lot of sense to market that way, doesn't it? Versus hoping somebody finds your name in the phone book, I guess, if those things exist anymore, or the newspaper if people reads them anymore. You get where I'm going? So you're going to create things, right? Like a lead magnet. We have lead magnets inside of Endless Income Academy. And we've created this whole marketing system. And that's why we do it like we do it. And that's why it's important for anybody looking to build a sustainable business to take a long view. Because will you get some of these? Yeah. Will you get enough of them? Maybe. Probably not. But if you take the long view I'm explaining to you, you'll have more business than you can stand. Here's the hard part for people. It takes time. And they end up chasing the next shiny object, thinking the old one didn't work. Now, the truth probably is the last 5 shiny objects they had might have worked. I don't know, because, it's just a hypothetical example. But a lot of times I run into people and they say, well, what can you do for me? Even in the agency side of it with brick and mortar businesses have been around a long time. What can you do for me? I've been in business a long time and I tried this, and they'll go through this whole list of things that don't work according to them. Now, here's the interesting thing. I know that things they're telling you didn't work for them have worked for literally thousands of other people. Why didn't it work for them? Time and patience. Okay. Which brings us to our next point. Implement. So it's cool that you understand this now. You've got a plan, and actually EIA has the plan built. All you got to do is follow it. But that's the follow-up part is the implement, right? So you got to implement the plan. Now, you got to take the long view on the plan. You can't just implement the plan for a week or even 30 days and be like, how come, money isn't raining on my head? Because these people are information gathering. They're trying to make sure and vet you that you're real. These people might buy from you right away. These people are information gathering and trying to compare notes. These people are aware, but they're not really seeking an issue, and you're getting in front of them and presenting a solution. A side note here. This is also why it's important to use other hashtags outside of the typical hashtags that people use so that you can branch into other audiences. So when you make a video and you hashtag that video, hashtag California, hashtag Texas, hashtag whatever, right? Why would you want to do that? Why wouldn't you just hashtag it affiliate? Hashtag it. Got it. Because everybody does. Why? Because they're chasing this market. Back to that. Chasing this market, this sliver. Deviate, right? You got plenty of content. Use it, right? Find other audiences that are aware, but they're not necessarily seeking. But because of the way you presented your material and marketed it, it pops up in their feed. And now they're like, well, maybe that is possible. Maybe it is. I don't have to work at this crappy job for the next 20 plus years or whatever their circumstance is, right? And the no clue people, it will pop up in their feed as well and get them thinking. Okay. So I hope what I'm saying is resonating with you, but you got to take a long view and you have to implement. You have to implement. That's who wins. That's why the majority of people chase this, and there's a great deal of competition for a very small percentage of the market, right? Now, that being said, as you implement, you've got to be willing to adjust. Pay attention to what's working. Do your best to track your numbers. Pay attention to what's going on. Now, what is a fair judgment of time there? It's not a month. I can tell you that. So people say, well, I put down a month of time. And a lot of times, side note here on that, when you're used to working a 9 to 5 and you get paid every Friday or every 2 weeks and you work for 2 months and you don't get paid, people are like, oh man, this doesn't work. No, that's pretty typical. You got to fill the sales funnel. It's very typical, actually. I've gone 4.5 and 5 months when starting something with $0, and I've actually gone a year. But after that, it turned into millions. You see what I'm saying? So I get it that there's an affordability clause there that you might have to keep your 9 to 5 in the interim and start everything as a side hustle. But guys, once you build the skill set we're trying to teach you, you're equipped for life. You can go anywhere. You can be anywhere and make a living. You're not chained to a desk. Okay? So that being said, I think I've made my point here. I've made my argument. As I said, guys, if you're taking the long view and you're looking to build something sustainable, hear me. If you're not, and you're looking for this, just do the opposite of everything I just said. And you certainly won't get any of these people, the 17%, the 20%, or the 60%, because you're busy ramming buy now down their throat. Okay? So I know that's a little bit smartass. Intentionally, actually, I'm trying to make my point here that, guys, take the long view, use the content that we've provided you. If you're not in the Endless Income Academy and you're interested in looking at it, what I suggest is drop down below this video, click the little button that says show more. You'll see a link that says EIA. Click on it, and it will take you to a page where it will give you a bunch of information. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to myself or any of the affiliates in the community. We're always here to help. And mention one more thing. Either on the YouTube channel at the top, you can jump over and join our Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group, but just request to let you in, and we will. Or you can also find the link in the video description, okay, to the Facebook group. So that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video, but I wanted to make this video because I feel like this is a very commonly overlooked thing amongst most people, right? They go into affiliate marketing, digital marketing, hell, a pie shop. It doesn't matter. It's always go, 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 compete for the 3%. The people that dominate a market don't compete for the 3%. They get a lot of the 3% because they're focused out here giving value. They're focused out here giving value. And even the 3% would much rather buy from somebody giving value than somebody screaming buy, 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 buy. All right? Okay, guys, I said I'm going to shut up. I will see you in the next video. If you like this kind of content, give me a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, tick the bell icon so that you're notified when we put out new content, and keep enjoying the series. And if you're an affiliate in Endless Income Academy, I expect to see this up on your YouTube channel. So I'll see you in the next video.